Okay, here we go. Dali's online. Now that says Vishmay, but I would imagine it's not Vishmay at all. Let's see. Let us see. I can't see anybody right now. Let me have a look.
Dali will be here in a couple of minutes, Paul. I'm so sorry about this. I'm just.
Hey, it's we're just thrilled that you know, someone's there, right?
Sorry, mate.
You look like you're up in your treehouse.
I know we're at the Green School in Bali. Dali's just finishing a short talk. She mentioned to me this morning that it was 9:30, and I just saw in the.
Hey, it's really cool. It's really cool. Well, have you been zipping across to New York with the guys, or have you been based?
No, Dali's been there by herself. Actually, she's had a lot of great help from Donna Karan, and she's just come into a really great.
Yeah, with the Eagle, American Eagle. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that's been a really amazing thing that's unfolded there. And so we're actually all moving to New York, though, Paul.
Masami mentioned to me that there was something in the winds like that. When is that going to happen?
We're going in. First, we have a month's giving trip in India, and then we go in July. Mid-August we go there for 6 months. we're going, because we just find Dali a bit too young, and so we're just going to support.
So how's that going to impact the family?
Well, we've enrolled Finn in the school in Brooklyn, and we've got an apartment in Brooklyn for 6 months.
Right. What did you do?
We're going to a few trade shows with Nalu. Yeah.
So talk me through the relationship with American Eagle. How's that going to work?
So American Eagle, Dali was speaking at the Suzanne Rockefeller International Day for Women's Empowerment in New York, and a person from the audience approached after Dali spoke, said, "Oh, I've got some contacts with American Eagle that may be able to link with you and help you out." So Dali did a pitch to American Eagle, and they'd really, really like to get involved with the school uniform contribution. So that's all the relationship that Dali's busy with working out now, how that can best take form. But it looks like they're going to give a certain amount of products for school uniform contributions for Dali. So what they've asked Dali to do is, alongside the Nalu brand, is set up a charity where they can, I've spoke with this to Masami about this, where they can put money into charitable donations. So it can go a lot quicker. So we had a goal of giving away 1 million school uniforms by 2025. And the people from American Eagle have said that they'd like to try and help that by 2020, 3 years from now.
Sounds pretty cool. So that means then that the Nalu brand as such, will that be in the American Eagle stores, or is it simply that, well, not simply, but is it they're saying...
It's going to be two parts. There's going to be the part of the donation and the charity component, and they've given Dali just full rights and full privileges to sell her Nalu production in the store in Times Square. So she can go and do that whenever she likes. And we're not doing like a Nalu co-branding collaboration just yet with American Eagle. Maybe that comes, but we're going to be using our own branding, our own production to sell in their New York Times Square store.
Sort of like a pop-up thing in the middle of the store, yeah. Which actually is better for you, I would have thought, because it gives you greater flexibility.
You know what I love about it? It's just getting in there. It's playing around in the trenches. The fashion industry is rife with wasting money and over-capitalizing, and overspending and over-budgeting and raising huge amounts of capital. And we've just withstood all that with Nalu. Yeah. We've just been growing organically, growing incrementally, and this is just another cheeky way to do it. Just to have.
I think it's brilliant. It's a strategy that's right for the times that we're in, right?
Right. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it also means that you've still got total control over what it looks like, what it feels like. You don't have to have those creative arguments and all that kind of stuff. It's so frequently gone.
We did sell a little bit of Nalu just to raise some capital now.
Yeah.
Dali will be here in about 1 minute.
That's okay. That's okay. I can hear. Yes.
Yeah. Might just quickly go and grab her actually, just before she gets tied up to the next thing, Paul. So
no, she's no, she's like really okay, really okay. Go.
Oh,
whatever suits you.
I don't want to hold you up. If you wait like 1 minute, I'll be back with her. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. 1 sec, mate.
There's Masami. There's rapturous applause comes on the video. I mean, I won't use this, but that's Dali giving a lecture at the Green School. So everybody's going, yay, Dali.
Thank you for that inspiring message, Dylan. Dylan both working at Victoria National Park this summer and visited the University of Montana this fall. Our next presenter is Sophie LeBaire with her Greenstone Blue Zone.
Oh, it's so cool. Hey, Nee, are you throwing away all those words I wrote, are you? Are you throwing away all those lovely words I wrote? Yeah. I was referring to the fact that you might be editing that stuff that, oh, okay. Okay. By the way, I'm really okay with you throwing away words. That's okay. What you working on, mate? Hey.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I apologize for this. I'm so sorry.
Hey.
You got
Hey.
back
Hey.
to my
Hey.
dad. You never got back to my email, so I didn't know if you confirmed or not.
Oh, I'm sure it was my error. So yeah.
No, it's okay. I just never knew that we were gonna do it, so I didn't.
Okay, take a breath. Go on. It's okay. And I know we've taken you away from an adoring audience by the sound of it. I mean, I was hearing applause in the background and all of that kind of stuff. And as we welcome you, sorry, go ahead.
Is this a good place to sit? I mean, there's some noise in the background. I don't know if that's a problem.
I don't hear any noise. It's really cool. Whatever, but I'm happy to go wherever you want to go.
Okay, great. Great. Do you need my
what would suit you best?
I think this is fine here.
Okay. Okay. No, it's
bamboo and everything.
Yeah, you're nicely bambooed. Exactly.
Yeah, so how have you been? What have you been up to?
No, we got to get straight. Who's interviewing who here, right? But no. I'm only joking. Thank you for asking. Very, very well. Masami's sitting over there, and I think she probably would love. She would love to be sitting here talking with you, but I made sure that I got that privilege this morning. I was saying that since we, meaning B1G1, last saw you, of course, was in Bali, where you are right now, and just before you came on, I heard this rapturous applause, which of course we've just had in the room here, because everybody knew. I just gave you this introduction. Everybody knew we were going to be talking with you. So, as you know from B1G1 standards, everybody's literally sort of standing up and welcoming Dali. So you know what that feels like. But you just had another one. Tell us about that, because you're right now in the Green School, and you've just been talking to your colleagues up there, right? Is that what's been happening?
Sorry,
He just heard from me.
Oh, yeah, we're doing Greenstone presentations, which is the grade 12 presentations for their graduation, and it's going on all day, and they all have their individual topics and their talks that they're presenting right now. So yeah, I was watching those.
Oh, you were watching. You weren't giving one yet.
No, I wasn't giving one.
Okay. Okay. When is that? Do you have to give one up there?
Sorry?
Do you have to give one up there?
Not today. No, this is for the grade 12 graduation. And I have a lot to A lot to tell you, but I just got my high school certificate. I actually went to Singapore for a day or two to get my high school certificate. So I'm done with high school now. It was like a 9-hour test to take, which is really cool. And I'm moving to New York in August because the opportunities there are just so much wider and greater than in Bali for all the things that we want to do with Nalu and moving forward like that.
Well, in fact, tell me about the since we last saw you, because some amazing things have happened. You know, so people, when we last spoke, people are going, "Oh my God, you mean a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old can do this amazing stuff, right?" And you know, create this wonderful thing with school uniforms, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But let's have a look at what you've been doing in the past year, so everybody can get a sense of what life is like as you.
Well, what life is like as me, a year, that a lot has happened in the year since I've seen you last. Let's see. We've been pushing Nalu very hard. My brother and I and my whole family, we've been working a lot in Bali to prepare for New York. When I applied to become a global team leader of 2017, and it's like this program where around 30,000 applications each year for kids that are doing amazing things all over the world apply, like teenagers. And then 30 kids get chosen out of all those applications, and they get flown to New York to be mentored and coached for a whole entire week. And I got accepted to be one of the global team leaders of 2017. So I flew to New York, and I had the most amazing week with people just coaching me on how to do Nalu and how to sort of move forward. You know, you learn from the best. I got paired with a mentor who's going to be mentoring me for a whole entire year, and she's the co-founder of Kate Spade.
Oh, because last time we were dropping names, like, or I was dropping names, you weren't, like Donna Karan and Madonna and all of that kind of stuff, but that's good. But now Kate Spade as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot of people that want to help give, and I mean, with this subject that we're in, you know, with giving back while wearing clothes. People in the whole, like in the fashion industry, are very open to helping, giving back, because that's what they're interested in and what they stand for as well. So yeah, I got paired with a mentor, and she's been guiding me and helping me with Nalu, because I've never done the things that we're doing before. We're all new at it now, the team, but it's good to have professionals on board that, you know, have done these things before, and you know, that help us guide us through little things that we don't know about yet. And yeah, Donna Karen continues to be a great support for me. So I was in New York, and I was supposed to stay for 2 weeks for this 3.dash Global Teen Leaders Seminar. And it was amazing connecting to 29 other teenagers from all over the world, super diverse, that are all doing incredible things. We're all just working together to push it forward.
I can imagine it would just be amazing. Yeah.
It was probably one of the most life-changing events for me to be part of such a community, and I continue to stay in contact with them all the time.
And then your dad was telling me that you spoke at an event, and someone came up and said, I think, and for those who don't know, American Eagle, which is like a huge brand in America, someone said, well, I think American Eagle should talk with you, right? And now you're as I understand it, you're moving to New York. You're going to create pop-up stores in Times Square, right? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, well, I met exactly. I was at a Women's Day lunch in New York, and Susan Rockefeller was the one who was hosting it. And I met her, and she was like, "Why don't you do a quick 10-minute presentation on Nalu?" And I wasn't going to speak at this event, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sure," you know. So then I did. I just stood up. There was like 70 people, I think. That were all like super high business people in New York, and I was like, oh my God, you know. But it was really good. And then I presented Nalu, and then some people came up to me afterwards, and they want to help me move NALU forward, and they said that like the opportunities in New York are just so much broader, and like we can escalate our giving. I accidentally said I want to give 1 million school uniforms by 2025, and
yeah, I know that was one of the goals, right? So here you are in front of these groups that 1 million school uniforms by 2025, right? And then
I was supposed to say it because I didn't think it was possible, but then I said it, and then he was like, we can do this by 2020, and I was like, whoa, that's 3 years from now. And I'm like, how do you see that this is possible? But he said, with the opportunities here that and the people we can connect you with, it's possible to give 1 million school uniforms by 2020. So that's what we're working on right now, to give 1 million school uniforms. And I just can't, I can't wait to do so, to be able to say, or have this huge impact and this ripple effect of giving school uniforms. And I think that really will break the poverty cycle. And education is just such an amazing tool, and the school uniform is the way to education. It really breaks the poverty cycle, and to be able to give this many uniforms will just be life-changing for so many people.
well, I'm looking, including yourself, exactly. We'll talk about that in a minute, but here I am looking at your site, and I notice as well, and by the way, for those of us watching, we all should go to nalu.me, but we'll talk about that when we finish the interview. But I notice you've got a new look there. You've got you're doing school backpacks now as well, right? And that sort of stuff. Yeah.
We're actually launching our new campaign, which is super cool. We've been working on it for months now, but it's a give back when you go back to school bundle. So practically there's a backpack, and in the backpack there's a pencil case, a water bottle, and a sports bag. So it's 4 products in this bundle, and when you buy one bundle you give 1 school uniform, because for every 4 products we give 1 school uniform.
1 school uniform, exactly.
Bundle, you have all the products that you would need to go back to school as a person needing these products to go back to school, like a pencil case or like a sports bag and a water bottle and a backpack. So when you're getting ready to go back to school after the summer and buying, these things to go back to school, you're giving a school uniform at the same time and making sure another child can continue their schooling for another year. And we're dropping that very soon. We have the bags of 4 different colors. We have black, we have an orangey color, we have pink, and we have olive green.
Yeah, I've seen them. They look really cool. I mean, I want to go back to school. You know what I mean?
You can also use them at work, of course. But yeah, that's our campaign that we're dropping soon, and they're going to be launching on nalu.com very soon.
Yeah, that's awesome. And talking about the impact, since that's what we're trying to focus on and here, one of the things that occurs to me is one of the things that you've seen is that in order to kind of magnify that impact, collaboration is really important, right? If you look at what you've been doing, are there any other threads that you've picked up, any other learnings that you've picked up in this past year, which have helped you dramatically accelerate the impact that you're having?
Well, the impact with giving, like you said, every little impact adds on to each other, right? Every school uniform will have an impact, like a huge impact on someone's life. And I guess, collaborations and people with connections and speaking opportunities, they've all helped us accelerate giving, and partnering with B1G1 has also helped us, accelerate this giving and made a bigger impact and helped us create more of a ripple effect throughout the world. I guess there's many people and opportunities that I can mention that has helped us move forward. I think that honestly, without any support, we wouldn't have gotten to where we are now. So I would I could thank every single person that has helped us along the way, including B1G1, to improve our impacts.
Yeah, and Dan Priestley, of course, over there at KPI, and done some amazing things as well, as you know, and everything. So no, it's great because we feel very privileged to be part of the ecosystem, if you like, that you're creating, which has just been amazing and continues to be amazing. Yeah. Now, I want to ask you probably one of the most difficult questions that anyone has ever asked you. Is that okay?
Sorry, this question that you just asked?
I want to ask you one of the most difficult questions that you've probably ever been asked. Is it okay if I ask you?
Yeah, I'll try and answer it as well as I can.
Try. Well, you may remember at the last B1G1 conference that you were there, right? When you were there. You may remember we launched a book called Better Business, Better Life, Better World, and everybody contributed to that book. And that book became a bestseller in Amazon and everything else. And so here's the question, right? Because I'd love you to have a little piece of that book as well. So here's the question, right? The question is, I want you to think beyond where we are now in terms of the legacy. And obviously, you know, the impact that you're creating is having an amazing leverage, amazing legacy that's going to be left anyway. But think, if you will, beyond green school, think, you know, maybe 30 or 40 years out. That's why it's a difficult question, right? And think that you have a grandchild. That's a big process to think about. And imagine that you were writing to that grandchild, and imagine that they had to do whatever it was, or they had agreed to do whatever it was you were telling them. So if you were saying to them, let's talk about the first one, what advice would you give them when it comes to how you create a better business? What would you say to them?
I think there's many different aspects to creating a great business, but I think building culture within your brand is very important. You know, being like putting yourself, creating your brand, really like creating an individual, because there's many brands out into the world. There's millions of different brands, and what makes brands successful is that they're different and they are individual. And I think sticking to something for a longer period of time is also something super valuable. There's always going to be ups and downs and struggles and great times and not so great times, but if you stick with something, eventually it'll have a huge impact. So I guess stick with what you're doing. Really find your passion before you start anything, because if you aren't passionate about what you're doing, then it's not going to work, because you're going to get tired and you're going to not be inspired. But if you're really passionate and inspired about what you're doing, you're always going to have a drive, and you're always going to be pushing us forward. So really find your passion and your why. You know, why are you really doing what you're doing? Because if you know that, then you're always going to be pushing it forward and wanting to continue. And there will always be this reason why you're doing it. And building culture within your brand. I think those are the three things that are super important to keeping a business alive and making a good business.
That's fantastic. And what about life? What would you say to them about creating a better life? What would you say to them about that?
Okay, so this could be a pretty cliche, but find your happiness. Find what makes you happy. You know, I think that if you're happy and you're happy with what you're doing, everything that you do in life will have a ripple effect, and will not only for yourself but also for the people around you. If you find your happiness, it can be anything. It can take a while to realize what makes you happy, but if you find that, then everything you do will be done with love and happiness, and you will just live a better life in general. I think a lot of people get stuck in their lives, and they just go to work and they do their thing, and they go to school, and then they come home and they eat, and then they sleep, and then they watch TV, and they get stuck in this life. And I think that people don't even realize it. and that's the most dangerous part I think of living life, is getting stuck in this cycle and not going out there and finding what makes you happy and finding your passions. So really what I'm saying is go out there and find your passion and find what makes you happy, and then apply that to your life, and find
And
right
how do
people
you,
to support you
exactly,
around
exactly.
you. My dad always told me that the 5 people that you surround yourself with is practically what you are going to become. You know, you pick up traits from the people that surround yourself. So surround yourself with a team or with a family or with friends that inspire you and that makes you want to keep going, and that you aspire to be like, that you're inspired by. And having that support group around you, they'll be there for you through good times and hard times, and they'll always remind you to, you know, be the happy person you want to be and to stick to your goals. Set goals. That's also one thing that add to you know, being able to live a better life, is set really lifelong goals. Something that happens in my brain when I put something on paper, I have a huge wall in my house where I just stick different goals up every single day, and I wake up and I look at them every day, and they can be huge goals, like goals that aren't super today I'm going to be able to achieve that. You know, it's like find your happiness, make sure to do something that you're passionate about today, or even small goals like give, not really small, but give 1,000,000 school uniforms, like all these future goals that you should you know, have in your brain. And something about writing it down and seeing it every day um, triggers something in your brain that makes you
Which one?
more able to achieve these things. So make goals, you know, find your passion and find what you want to achieve.
Yeah, a
And
friend of mine
then
puts it this way. He says, what we need to do is we need to make, he said, if your memory is stronger than your vision, you'll live in the past. If your vision becomes stronger than your memory, then you'll be creating a wonderful future, which is what you spoke about, which leads us really to the third question, okay? And it's this. We talked about better business. We've talked about better life. What about better world? What advice would you give to that young grandchild of yours in terms of better world?
better world. I think the world is huge. There's many people in this world and there are many problems to be solved, but there's also so many beautiful things that we can enjoy from. And this world is it's a funky place. It's a huge place, and there's so much potential and so many opportunities to both do good but also to do bad, and there's so many different opinions, and we're all just living like more than 7 billion people on this earth are trying to live together. And I think first starting with yourself, you know, I think a lot of people say this, but to change anything in the world you really have to start by yourself. And I think once you know what you want to do in your life and what you want to do to help the world be a better place, I think once you have that vision for yourself, it's easier to connect with people that have the same vision as you, and then creating a team around yourself, or a team to support each other to reach these goals. It's going to make it easier because you can't do anything alone. I mean, you can, but to have a real impact and to have a real impact and a ripple effect and something that sticks with the something that stays, you need to have a team around you to help you through it and to reach these goals that you have. But everything starts with yourself. Yeah.
That's very cool. By the way, talking of which, how is Finn? Is he around you right now? I mean, not that we want to say hello, but how's all of this impacting him? Because last time we saw him, he was 12 years old, right? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's now, and he was just in Spain presenting at a seminar, and he was really great. He did his presentation. It was the first time we really separated, and he presented by himself. We usually present as a team, so my little partner in crime was presenting alone for the first time in front of a bigger audience, and he just rocked it. He's really he's doing well. He just graduated middle school, so he's a high schooler now, and He isn't here right now, but he's actually skateboarding with his friends. But I'm sure that he would send his love to you guys. So I'm just sending it for myself to you guys now.
Well, talking about
and the whole family is good too, and
well, talking about
the team that we're building.
Yeah, Dali, talking
Sorry,
about.
I think we're lagging a bit.
We are lagging a bit, yeah, but that's okay. We can deal with that. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. What I was saying was, though, that talking about love, you're so on, and thank you for those three kind of thoughts about better life, better business, better world. They're just awesome. And in terms of love, just know that all of us here at B1G1, and of course, all of us at this particular B1G1 conference are sending you lots and lots of love. This next year, obviously, is going to be continue to be an amazing journey, you know, at an even higher level. And we're looking forward to following that and to checking in on it. So we look forward to hearing much more about Nalu, about Dali, and about Finn. Thank you so much for being here. It's been it's been just amazing.
I'm so happy that Nalu is. Sorry, I think it was lagging a bit, and I thought you stopped talking. But thank you for letting Nalu be part of B1G1, and we're gonna continue giving through B1G1, and continue to update you guys. And let's make this goal happen of 1 million school uniforms by 2020. I think it's definitely a huge stretch, but it's possible with the dedication that we all have in the team that we're starting to build around each other, and
awesome.
You know, just supporting each other and having B1G1 be part of this movement. I mean, we're just all helping each other out, and
that's awesome. That is awesome.
To be able to share these experiences with each other.
Yeah, that is just awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Wow, lots and lots of love and much gratitude. Just awesome, Dali. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Love for you too. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Awesome stuff. Bye. Oh, and do give a big hug to Dad as well, right?
Okay.
Ciao, Paul.
I will.
Ciao, Bismarck. Bye. Bye.
Do this.
Don't worry, I got that covered. Don't worry.
Thanks a lot. I learned a lot about my own child then.
Sorry, what did you say?
Well, I wanted to mention just the help that we've had from B1G1 has been astronomical, actually. Like even we've just set Nalu up fiscally in Singapore, and we've got our accountant who's a B1G1 member, and Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
He's our accountant, and he said, "Oh, we need Xero as the software." And Sally, they donated us a lifetime subscription to Xero, and then to come and speak at the London Branding, and he donated £6,000 to get more school uniforms and getting the audience by signed up for his
the KPI program. Yeah.
His program, person of influence program.
Yeah, the KPI program.
Trying to think of his sorry. Yeah, with Daniel Priestley, he promised everybody to have a T-shirt from Nalu when they signed up for his KPI program, and it was such an amazing, warm welcome to London. We were looking for the place where the KPI would be, and we walked past this huge photo of Dali on the big video monitor. I was like, "Oh, it must be here.
This is it.
This is it." You know. So the welcome support we've had from the network involved with the B1G1 has been beautiful, actually.
Well, it's beautiful. Beautiful is a good word. It's just so beautiful to have you guys here, and as a result, not just create that impact that through Nalu you're creating,
The
but
Wi-Fi!
yeah, the Wi-Fi is not that
Well,
good.
thanks,
But anyway,
Paul.
Thank you so much.
We're all frozen up here.
you are,
Mwah.
but awesome.
Much love.
Okay, catch you guys. Bye bye.